So my voice should be clearly audible to every one of you. Okay, and if anyone not able to hear me, please check your mic and speaker and please reconnect quickly. I am going to put all of you on mute. Okay, for some time I'm going to keep all of you on mute. Please listen to me carefully. So today will be the continuation session of Friday's class. Okay, see, if today class is a first class to any one of you, definitely it will not be that much clear, okay, as you have missed on Friday. So those who have attended on Friday can clearly understand today's class, but I'll try to make it clear uh, if possible. Okay, so I'll try my level best to make it clear for the students who have missed on Friday as well. See, Friday class, it was the first class in a regular training session. So our batch has started on August 1st, right? August 1st it has started. Okay, and thereafter 3 days demo, 3 days demo, and we have shared all these videos. See, we are uploading videos into YouTube, right? So some people might be thinking, if we upload all the videos YouTube, why to join here? We will not upload all the classes into YouTube. Okay, only for next today and tomorrow only we will upload. After that we will not upload into YouTube. So to the students who will be joining this training, they will be getting the access to the videos from a shared drive. Okay, we will never upload into YouTube. Only first few classes we will upload because we don't have your details to share. Okay, so August 1st onwards, 3 days demo. So those who are attending today as a first day, you don't need to focus on these 3 days for now. These 3 days videos you can watch maybe during the weekend. Okay, whenever you get time, Saturday 1.5 hour, Sunday 1.5 hour, it will be over. But Friday's video you must complete. Okay, you must completely watch Friday's video either today evening or before you come down tomorrow. If you watch Friday's video, last Friday video, that will clearly make you sense of understanding actually today's class. Maybe those who have inquired on Saturday or Sunday, if you have got that video shared, you must have watched Friday's video. Still, if you did not do that, at least watch that Friday's video today. Okay, so that after watching Friday's video, once you go through today's class notes document, because as you are attending now, no need to watch today's video again. After you watch Friday's video, at least notes document if you follow, you'll be able to understand overall. Okay, so what did we discuss on Friday? Okay, just for 5 more minutes I will be explaining about what is being discussed on Friday. So Friday I have told you about how to start up Pega, how to log into Pega, how to shut down Pega after installation is completed. Okay, and startup issues and all also I have discussed. Okay, but you can just, if you watch Friday's video, you'll come to know that that's not required to be repeated actually. Just a login process and all you will come to know. But most importantly from here, see, we are going to use Pega rules process commander tool in order to develop applications. In order to develop what? Applications. If we want to develop any business applications, we can use so many technologies. Java with combination of HTML with combination of any database, or .NET as a framework with SQL Server and ASP and C# or VB, you can develop applications. Or you can use any other technologies also, Python with HTML or any other technologies and database you can use. At the same time, Pega is also one of such things where you can develop applications of user interface and you can define the business logic and you can deal with database interactions and everything using Pega. But the main difference is we don't need to write any coding related to any of these 3 layers. No HTML coding, no Java coding required, and you don't even need to know about any of these technologies, and no database queries to be written. Everything will get automatically generated in Pega. Anything you do on Pega is user interface based, means entire Pega is one UI related application provided to you, product provided to you. So you need to know about the navigations options that are available here, how to make use of all these things. There are different components available in Pega. What is the purpose of each of the component? What is its business need? And when exactly you have to go to use that component. Suppose I'll tell you simple example. I am giving you one business requirement where our business is giving us one business requirement where on click of a submit button, some button, okay, we want to send email. See, in the form, customer will enter email ID and click on button. The moment customer clicks on the button, an email should be sent to the customer to the given provided mail ID. Generally, what you need to do for this, you may be thinking like I have to write the logic and all in other programming languages, but in Pega that is not required. As a developer here, you should have to gain the knowledge about the tool. Any functional component already available and provided by Pega, which can be used to implement this business requirement. Okay. And email related, right? Sending email. Simply search here. You don't know actually. Search here, send email. Search here in the search bar. So many things have come into picture. Okay, so many. Send email to receivers. PJet send email digest. Okay. PX create and send email. So many are coming here, but because I am knowledgeable, I can tell you, you have to use this activity, this particular functional component out of a number. How do you know this? How do you come to a conclusion out of all this you have to use only this? That is what the knowledge you have to gain. Understand? So you will be learning. When you learn Pega, you will come to know about exact things, what to be used for which business requirement. And if you see, the requirement and the names of these functional components are matching, right? So whatever that you want to implement and whatever is provided here is matching, right? So this is why people are calling Pega is easy to learn. Okay, because in Pega, while learning Pega, you don't need to write any coding. So you need to understand to remember the navigations and functional components names, all that. You have to know its importance, and also you have to know when to use that particular functional component. Okay, in what business scenario? For email outside, if you are sending email outside, all the time you can remember this is the functional component to be used in any business. Okay, one of the functional component which can be used for sending email is the one which I have shown you. Once if you are learning that, that may be for lifetime, unless till Pega comes up with some changes. This is for lifetime learning. So like this, while working with Pega, you have to more focus on understanding this tool, its components that are available, purpose of each of that component. If you know, then you will be a good developer. Okay, clear everyone online? Just a high level I am giving you information. Every one of you, are you clear? Every one of you can respond on the charting. That's pretty much fair enough. Thank you. Okay, thank you for the response. Now here you go. See, you are going to ultimately create your business transaction model that will be part of your business application. You will create an application like Amazon or something where you will be implementing transaction model, and you are now going to use Pega to create your business application, correct? Okay, you create business application. Okay, see, when you create business application, when you set up your business, you always have to think about future of the business, future expansion of the business. You have to keep in mind and come up with a robust means strong foundation. What is that? Strong foundation of your application. What is meant by you are going to think about future and come up with strong foundation? So any business, if you are setting up a physical business and digitalizing it, so in a digital manner, in a physical manner, both ways, you always have to have an idea about, if I am going to extend my business, means expansion of the business, if I am going to do, how can I achieve reusability? Means for the first setup of my business, first branch, I might be struggling a lot. Second branch, if I am going to set up, I should not again start struggling from the ground level. It should not be like that. whatever I have set up the process at the first time, I just want to copy paste that process, make little bit of changes that are required, so that my task will be easy. I'm achieving reusability. It is cost effective, easy to maintain. So if I am going to set up one business, I should have to get the ideas. Like, you need to think about your business in this manner. Okay, I will tell you. Just I'll go to end. I'm just trying to repeat once again to make it clear to you what we have discussed on Friday. Okay, so entire business as a single structure, it will have LOBs. It will have what? LOB stands for line of business. LOB stands for line of business. This is business terminology. Okay, see, you have a college. In a college, you have different departments, right? Those are different streams where students are studying. So entire college is one structure. Like that same way, entire business, in a business there will be different streams of business processing. Okay, LOBs will be there. Suppose if you take bank as entire business unit, in a bank you have different lines of business. Banking operations is one line of business, and another one is loan processing, and another one is insurance processing. Like this, you may have different lines of business. There is no relation between insurance and loan. Both are completely different, but both are part of one particular business called bank. Okay, so where you need to identify what are the common features, what are the common functional components which are needed both for loan processing, insurance processing, banking processing. See, today you have only these three, but your thought process should not be limited only up to these three. Tomorrow, if you introduce mortgage, if you are introducing mortgage processing, then you should think about, if I expand my business in future, today 2 LOBs, tomorrow 10 LOBs. If I'm expanding today only one LOB, still tomorrow what if I am going to have one more LOB? We are going to step into new line of business for sure, right? If you're doing good business. So you need to think about as a developer like this always. It's not you actually, business only will think about this. As a developer also, your perception should be like this, where what are the common functional features which I can make use of, which are common for different lines of business. You need to come up with that particular identification. See, can you guess and tell me what are the common functional features for things like this? You just go here. I think I have written something. Here you go. Suppose if a person is coming to take a loan, if a person is coming to take insurance, if a person is coming to take a bank account, any one of these lines of business, if they are registering for, they must be submitting the basic details of the customer, yes or no? They have to submit their details, yes or no? So they must have to submit their details. So we have to create one user interface form to collect the customer's basic details, which is common across all lines of business. Tomorrow, if I'm going to introduce mortgage thing, then still that is common or not? Yes or no? So that is common functional component. Okay, I identified one common functional component. Collecting address details, I'm creating separate screen. Imagine billing address, shipping address, maybe even office address also included. Then that screen is also common screen or not? For anywhere, common screen. Payment gateway screen. Payment gateway screen is also a common screen which can be used for all of these three. And what are the specific screens, if you can imagine? Specific screen for loan processing. Can you tell me anything? What is the specific screen that will be there only for loans? During loan processing only it will be encountered, but not for other.
Home loans.
Choose type of loan, check
required.
eligibility. Let's combine both. You will choose some type of loan and you will enter some details of yours and check eligibility. This will not be there for insurance and banking. Here also there can be something else. Let's say insurance coverages. Choose your coverages. Yes or no? Coverages will be there for insurance, loan. Any coverages will be there in loan? coverages is not at all related to loan stream. It is related only to insurance stream. Coming to banking, what screen can be there? What screen can be there? Bank account registration. Bank account, simply bank account registration. Some of the other details in the registration process, okay, will not be there for loan and insurance process. Okay, so like this, there will be some specific components which are needed only to that particular line of business, not to be shared with other lines. And there will be some common components which can be shared across all the lines of business. Okay, you need to identify and segregate like this. Now, what you need to think about is common components, create once, use n number of times. Only create once, one time effort, one time effort, one time our manual effort, but usage many times wherever you want to use. Understand? Like this you have to. So if you want to achieve this type of feature, if you achieve, suppose if you achieve this type of thing, like create once, use as many times as you want without recreating again and again, which will save your time, which will be cost effective, which is achieving reusability. You are not doing the same work again and again, no redundancy. Yes or no? All this you can achieve by coming up with this, identifying this type of common functionalities and specific functionalities, segregating them. You are segregating. After you segregate, what are you going to do? Anyhow, you have to place all the functionalities inside an application. An application is collection of functionalities. Inside Amazon application, what do you have? Search functionality, payment gateway functionality, cart functionality. Like this, so many functional components are there inside Amazon application. An application contains functionalities. All these functionalities you place in application only. But if you place in single application all of these, then you cannot achieve reusability. You cannot achieve create once and access many times, and you cannot achieve even it will not be cost effective and all. You have to come up with a design of creating your application structure to have framework and implementation architectural model. Okay, how your application architecture should be? Framework and implementation application. So total, how many applications you are creating for one business? 2 applications. Even though business is only one, you are creating how many? 2. Why 2 applications for one business? Where you are segregating your business to have framework application and implementation application. You link both of these two. You link these two, connect each other. I'll tell you the connection, which order you will connect and all. Okay, you connected. Then what type of functionalities you create in framework and what type of functionalities you create in implementation. You create in implementation. That's what we need to know about as a developer. By the name framework, you can easily understand. Framework means it is a template. It is what? Template. Yes or no? Template means what? It's a standard thing.
Sample
Which is going
Format.
to produce so many other copies.
Format.
It will provide so many copies. Okay, understand? It's a standard one, blueprint, which will provide so many copies out of it. Okay, so it contains some blueprint things. You can copy it wherever you want, any number of times. So common functionalities of your business, which you have identified, you always create in framework application. That is the best practice. There's no other doubt about it. Common functionalities, where do you create? In the framework application. Then what about implementation application? Specific line of business related applications you create in, functionalities you create in implementation. This is a thumb rule that you need to remember. Suppose you say, I don't create framework, I'll create only implementation. What is there in that? You may ask. My business will run, no problem. If I don't have framework also, only with implementation 1, 2, 3, 4 and all. All these will independently run, no issues, your business will run. But the problem is common functionality, collect customer details. You create in implementation 1, implementation 2, implementation 3. How many times you are creating? because there is no relation between one implementation to other implementation, no relation. See, actually this is something kind of inheritance concept. Okay, I'm not using technical terminology. If father has property, okay, child 1, child 2 both can access. Yes or no? Child 1 property, officially, it's not that child 2 can access. Both are parallel, siblings. Siblings cannot share. I mean, like, I'm talking about legal process, cannot share each other's property. That's not mandatory thing. Okay. But both can take it from parents, right? That's the process, right? So if you place the functionalities in a common place framework, n number of times that can be accessed into n number of implementation. But if you place an implementation, if it is required for second implementation, create again, time waste, doing the work second time, money waste, and maintenance also 4 places you have to maintain if you have 4 LOBs. But if you place that in framework, what will happen? Create once at one place, access into multiple implementation. In future, if I add 10 more LOBs, I don't need to again create from the scratch. I don't need to again create from the scratch. I will open one diagram. Hold on. See here. Just here you have multiple levels, but only focus on first level and second level. Leave about the bottom, I'll tell you. If you, okay, otherwise I'll leave this and I'll open document. Okay, I'll open one theory document. Okay, application and types of applications. Okay, so here you go now. So here, if you create application, see here there is one framework. Connecting to framework, we have 2 implementations. Whatever the functional components that are available in the framework, this implementation will come and take it. This implementation will come and take it. All 4 can be taken by this implementation as well as this implementation. Okay, because you will not understand if I give so many connectors. I did not give that many. Okay, so if you have n number of implementations on a framework, all implementations can access the functionalities of framework. Tomorrow, if I add one more implementation, then I don't need to create all this from the scratch. That can also access functionalities from the framework. That is the main biggest advantage. So if you come up with a design architecture for your application to have minimum 2 layers, one framework layer and one implementation or more implementation, it depends, where implementation applications can access the functional features from framework application. Implementation application can access the functional features from framework application. This architecture has advantages. What are the advantages? Okay, I will write down. So creating your application, okay, like framework and implementation, what are the advantages? The advantages of framework implementation model are can be commonly accessed into implementation. Means framework functional components can be commonly accessed into implementations. Time saving, easy to maintain, cost effective, no redundancy. Frankly speaking, here what is that? No redundancy. Redundantly or not creating. Okay. And what else? I'll tell you one more thing. We can earn money. Okay, earn money. Means it will give you one financial profit also. How I will tell you. See, when you look at this framework, where is this? If you want to join from new batch, you can log off now. Okay, there will be a batch after 1 month. You can contact us. Okay, no problem. Here you go. See here, this framework application and implementation application, where if you are going to, if you wanted to earn money out of it, let me tell you. Okay, you need to understand these 2 are 2 different layers connected. Means whenever I want, I can take a copy of the bottom layer, sorry. Framework, I can take it as a separate product. I can take it as a separate product. I'll tell you one example. Just imagine there is a bank. Let's say it is the initial days during 1990s. Okay, in starting days of banking, credit card system and all. Okay. See, banks have a thought of designing a system called credit card system. They wanted to provide credit cards to the customers. It's the latest idea by the financial institutions. Now, they wanted to create one application. The application purpose is to provide new credit cards, to issue new credit cards to the customer. Means they start the application processing, they collect the details of the customer, they attach all the documents, they go through the review process, verification, whether qualified or not. Finally, it will generate one credit card number with all the details and all that will be provided as a credit card to the customers. Customers will avail. So banks have this idea. They started developing. Every bank has started developing this credit card application and all. See, there is one bank which has developed this application, let's say within 3 months. All others have started and they are slowly going. Thought is there, but one bank has developed it in 3 months time. Now this bank is processing and giving the credit cards. They have designed it like a framework and implementation architecture. So what will be there in framework? All common features. In implementation, their bank related logos, their bank related, the specific bank related offers and all if they wanted to add. Only specific things will be there and remaining all common features will be here. Suppose if 10 banks develop the credit card issuing application, more or less for all the bank related credit card issuance application, overall functionalities at least 75% will match or not. Overall functional components at least 75% will match or not. If you take Flipkart, you take Amazon, you take Walmart online purchase system, more or less 70% of the functionalities will be matching or not. Those will be matching, right? Definitely those will be matching. Okay, so what they can do now, this bank, whoever has finished developing this product, they can take only framework as a some separate product. They can go to each of the other bank, they can tell them that we have already developed a framework kind of application for this. If you purchase this, you can get into the market of the business within no time. Within 1 month itself, you can come into the business. If you start developing, it may take 9 months or 1 year or 6 months, you don't know. If you use our framework, you don't need to put extra efforts. Just on top of it, add an implementation and you add your logos, your offers and specific things. Overall functional processing is available in framework. Just per year you pay us so and so dollars of amount. Like this, for 10 banks they can sell the product, correct? As a result, what they can gain? They can gain some profits over it, right? That is an advantage. That is one more advantage of creating this structure architecture. Okay, so it's always a best practice that you follow to create your business application to have framework and implementation architecture model, where framework contains common functionalities of entire business and implementation contains specific functionalities related to specific line of business. Related to what? Specific line of business. So everyone clear about framework application and implementation application model? Every one of you online. That's the advantage.
Yes.
Okay. So it is a best practice. That's how theoretically we have explained everything. Okay, with the diagram and all. So if you are being given with the requirement to create application, always better to choose to create framework as well as implementation. That's what we are going to practically do. Today, we will create practically framework application. Implementation time will not be sufficient. That we will do tomorrow. But before we proceed to that, few more points are there which I have to cover. See, when you are accessing Pega application, you are going to log into Pega application. In order to access Pega application functional components, everything, what are you trying to do? You are going to log into Pega application, correct? You are logging into Pega application with default credentials, administrator@pega.com, and password is install all lowercase, which we told you already. Generally, this is called user ID and password, correct? I am trying to give you technical terminology. I am not going to tell you in detail technically. I mean, like little bit of technical terminology in a functional perspective. So in Pega, we call it as operator ID, means the login ID which we use to log into PRPC, to access its applications, is called as operator ID. Operator ID, password is password only. Then what is operator? What do you think? Operator means the person who logs into PRPC, who is assigned with PRPC. If I am going to log into PRPC, I'll be called as operator. Okay. So operator ID and operator in a functional point of view. Technically, if I have to explain, you cannot understand. We'll be learning that later after you gain some technical knowledge. Okay. So Pega, if you are working with home version or if you are working on enterprise version anywhere, if you purchase with the product, you will get a default login ID administrator@pega.com and password install. Okay, you logged into PRPC. Where did you come? After you log in by using default credentials, it will load one application. It will load what? One application by name Pega platform. Pega platform. So let me go here. So let's discuss about application. Okay. Not this. Where is this diagram? Application, just simply to tell you, application has functional components. Okay, I will draw diagram and tell you. Okay, no. See, we already discussed like this. Okay, application is set of functionalities. Application is what? So this is, if this is application, inside that functional component 1, functional component 2, functional component 3, like this, a number of functional components can be there. Maybe UI related, business logic related, or anything. Application contains functionalities. Okay, come back here. So when you log into PRPC, Pega platform is the application loaded. That means it should have some functionalities, yes or no? Okay, I was showing since very beginning, send email notification. What is the functional component I was showing? Send email notification. Not only this, there are so many functional components already ready-made available in Pega. All that functional components are already available in an application called Pega platform. What is the application? Pega platform. Okay, so Pega platform is the default Pega application which has all the OOTB features. I'm sorry, I will use the technical terminology later. All the ready-made functionalities are predefined functionalities provided by Pega systems. Provided by what? Pega systems. See, whenever you are going to create a new application, you would be creating framework and implementation application, correct? You see only these two levels, first level, top level, and this one. If your business is banking related framework you create. If your business is purely insurance related framework, anything that is called as, whatever the framework you create is called as your business framework application. On top of your business framework application, connecting to it, we would be creating implementation application. How many applications you are creating? Two, one on top of another, and one business framework application and one or more implementation applications. Implementations can access the functional features from business framework. Okay, now let's talk about Pega platform. Pega platform, when you purchase, when you install Pega in the Pega platform, it has so many predefined functionalities. What does it have? It has so many predefined functionalities. Pega platform has so many predefined functional components. So many predefined functional components are there. See, we already discussed one point, the definition of application. Application definition is collection of functional components. If Pega platform already has functional components, can I say Pega platform application? Pega platform is also one application. Can we say that or not? Application contains functionalities. Pega platform contains functionalities. Can I say Pega platform as an application? So Pega platform, instead of saying this as a tool, even more precisely you can say, can be called as, can be considered as an application which contains predefined functionalities. The name of the Pega platform application, the name of the predefined application is, what is the name? Name also same thing. What is the name? Pega platform. Name of the application also same. See, when we log in with administrator@pega.com, what is the name you are seeing here? Application loaded. So the name of the application is what? Pega platform. So Pega platform is the application that gets loaded when you log in with default credentials. Just for your information, what does the Pega platform application contains? So many predefined functionalities. I've shown you, right? Send email notification. All these are there in Pega platform. Okay. So what is the purpose of those functionalities? What is the advantage of Pega platform? See, if I am giving you a requirement to send email notification, to implement an email feature, outbound email feature, you don't need to create it from the scratch. Use the existing one. That will reduce our time, efforts and all. So if you are going to make use of the functionalities provided within Pega platform, what will happen? It will be easy, time saving and all, correct? How do I make use of Pega platform application functionalities into my application? When we create our application on top of Pega platform. Yes or no? When we create our application on top of Pega platform, just now we discussed. If I create a business framework, common functionalities we will create here. If you want to make use of these common functionalities, we need to create implementation application on top of business framework, correct? In the same manner, if we create our business framework on top of Pega platform application, then can we make use of Pega platform applications accessed into our application? Yes or no? So if you want to access Pega platform functional components into your application should be created on top of Pega platform. Pega platform also contains common functionalities only to any business. You develop any application on Pega platform, you can make use of common functionalities here. So Pega platform can be called as Pega provided enterprise framework. Pega platform is called as Pega systems provided. is called as enterprise framework provided by whom? Pega systems. So Pega system is providing a tool called Pega. This tool, Pega PRPC. Actually, it's not a tool. That is one framework application on top of which you are building your own framework, your own implementations. Why you are doing like that? You want to utilize the predefined features provided in the Pega platform without recreating. Yes or no? So finally, if we are going to create business application for our business, our application structure will be like this. First, to Pega platform we are creating are already there built on Pega platform application, on top of which I am going to create my own business framework, my own business related framework. On top of our business framework, we are going to create one or more implementations. This is the structure we are going to get as a result of practical. Understand clear? If you are creating your business framework, you will be creating it on top of which framework? Enterprise framework. That is what? Pega platform. And on top of Pega platform enterprise framework, your business framework is created. On top of your business framework, one or more implementations are created. From this, in a business, how many implementations can be there? One or more? A number. How many? How many can be there in a business application? N number,
Many
as many as you want to extend. From this diagram, try to tell me how many frameworks can be there in your business. Is it only one framework? I mean, like not
3
framework is a framework.
frameworks.
One framework or more than one framework. How many you are seeing in this diagram?
3 frameworks.
In this diagram, how many
One.
you are seeing in this diagram? This is a framework, your business related. This is a framework, Pega provided framework. How many you are seeing? 2 frameworks you are seeing. Is it
Two
only 2?
framework.
Can I have more frameworks added on top of it? You can add. There is no restriction. It depends on how large your business is. Okay, small business only one framework. Even more large, 2 frameworks. Maybe you have more segregation. Even largest business may have even 3. See, if you are working in real time, maximum 90% you come across 2 framework. I'm sorry, 60% you come across, 90% you come across one framework. Okay, not 90, 100% you will come across one framework. 60 to 70% you come across 2 frameworks. Pretty less you come across 3 frameworks. If it's a big application, is big application, then you may come across 3. But most of you, whoever is working in real time, you will come across, you fix that most of you getting 2 frameworks mostly. Okay, sometimes you'll get single framework. Pega platform anyhow will be there for sure. So the result application structure, the output we are going to get, probably I think time will not be sufficient today also for practical, but we need to understand before we proceed to do the practical center. It's not that you learn only hands-on. It's very, very important you understand the concepts. So if we are going to create application all the time, we create our application built on top of which one? Pega platform, thumb rule. If you're creating our application, which will be created on top of what? Definitely Pega platform. Without Pega platform, there is no base. Okay. Okay. What is that application you are going to create on top of Pega platform? Usually your business framework. Your business framework. On top of framework, you create what? Implementation. Okay, let me ask you one question. Can I create a framework on top of this implementation? Okay, tell me in this perception, is it the correct way of structuring your business if you are doing this?
No.
Let's say you can create, but the right way of structuring your business structure will be not good, not correct. This is actually meaningless. Simply speaking, this is how a business cannot be set up. Always framework. Once implementation starts, there is no further framework above. That's not correct right way of designing your business. Okay, so here you go. See, university is a framework. Under that, on top of it, colleges are there. Again, on top of a college, are you going to construct a university which will come under college? That's not the right way of structuring, right? Okay, that's not the right. Same way in a business also, always human perception and is also very, very important. Some of the things may be practically possible. Okay, you can bring one on top of another, but in reality that is not correct, so you should not do that. So creating an implementation on top of creating a framework on top of implementation, if you get an idea, actually that is compared to real world, that is meaningless. Okay, you should never do that. Can an implementation come on top of another implementation? One college with another college?
Yes.
Generally think,
We
I am
can
telling
get.
in reality, colleges, because you can easily understand. A
Yeah,
college
yeah.
on top of another college. Have you ever seen such colleges? We have already one college, one more college you are going to just start. You are going to start it as a sibling, or you're going to start it as a child? Sibling only, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So one implementation will not come on another implementation. Always implementations will be side by side.
Okay.
University, all colleges in one row. One more college will not be there on top of one college. Okay, you have a group of colleges. Okay, all group will be aligned in a side by side, not one on top of another. Okay, So like this, your implementation, one more will come here. One more. Once you get implementation, that's the end. That's the end of the structure. Any number of branches you open, side by side, side by side, side by side only, you will open. Understand clear, everyone? So this is the structure we are going to get when you deal with creating new application. Our practice that we are going to follow is we will create one framework application, one implementation for now. And this framework will be created on top of Pega platform. This implementation will be created on top of business framework. Pega platform is considered as enterprise framework. Enterprise framework. So far, everyone clear, or any doubts, any questions?
So the diagram you shown, why should you call Pega platform itself is a framework apart from business framework?
Framework contains common functionalities which we can access anywhere. Yes or no? In that point of view, Pega platform also has common functionalities which you can access anywhere, right? Pega platform doesn't come up with your business functionalities. It comes up with some common functionalities where you can purchase this software for any of your business and use those common functionalities into any of your business application. So it contains common functionalities. Can we call it as framework application or not? That's why Pega platform is also one framework application which has so many common functionalities. Make sense? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It means for every business application, Pega platform is a common framework.
You are purchasing Pega platform, right? That means it will be there. That's it. There's no doubt about it. If you are not using, what is the problem? See, why you are purchasing Pega platform? Because there are ready-made functionalities. You want to reduce the time and use it. If you're not using, what is the meaning there? Purchasing, waste of money, right? If you're purchasing, you want to use ready-made functionalities. You're purchasing and avoiding it. What is the use? You can start using some technology, right? Instead of tools and all. Correct? So that's the way. Okay. Now you see.
Sir, one small doubt. If Pega platform is on framework, then on that directly we can create a implementation,
Yes.
because you're
I
saying
did not tell you there must be business framework. I told you that is a best practice structure to follow. Without framework also, I told you you can create implementation, right? Few minutes back I told you. What is the disadvantage?
We can't reuse.
You have to
Make
recreate again and
change.
again your business
We cannot.
related common functionalities. Your business related common functionalities you are creating again and again and again in a number of environments. Okay. This is Pega platform or common functionalities of every business. This is read only. You cannot create something already inside Pega platform. Pega platform is provided as read only to you. Read only means you cannot create in this. You start creating your own framework. You access from here, no problem. So if you don't create your business framework also, your business will run, no problem. But expanding your business in future will be difficult. Managing and maintaining your business will be difficult and costly. Okay. In that perspective, it's always a best practice. You come up with a structure blindly. Today only one LOB. Still you come up with framework. Because tomorrow if you're extending, you don't want to do everything from the scratch. Correct? That's the reason why you always have to come up with a structure as a best practice. Always create framework and implementation. Even you have only one line of business today, come up with framework and implementation. Imagine you have more LOBs. That perspective you create framework and implementation. Understand? Clear, everyone? Online students?
Reuse is very easy by
Yes, correct. Reusability. You don't need to create again and again. Obviously, efforts will be reduced, cost effective, and you are getting a financial benefit of selling your framework, tying up with Pega systems and all. Cognizant is doing that, Accenture is doing that, TCS is doing that. There are so many companies doing that. Okay, so they'll be getting money out of it. And here you go now. See, finally, I have to tell you a few more points. Hold on. I'm using a term called predefined. Correct? I'm using a term called predefined. What is the meaning of this? Already provided within the system. Correct? In Pega, there is technical terminology that you should start using for this. That is OOTB, predefined functionality, instead of that OOTB functionality. OOTB stands for out of the box. Out of the box. So starting from now on, instead of using the term predefined, you should use what? OOTB feature. Predefined feature. Instead of that, as a Pega developer, you have to speak technically. OTP feature means out of the box feature. Okay, send email notification is a predefined functional component available in Pega. Send email notification is an OTP functional component available in Pega. Understand clear, everyone? Okay. So now here you go. One more point I have to tell you. See, if I go to the definition of Pega platform, means it's details. You are there. I am asking your details. So you are there in front of me. I am asking, define yourself. What would you be doing? You are saying your name. So and so is my name. So and so is my age. And I studied so and so. I am working so and so. This is my qualification. That is your definition. You are there. Your definition is your details. Pega platform application is there. I went to its definition. Means any component provided in Pega, if you want to know the component information, where would you go? Its definition. In the definition, importantly, there is one parameter called ID. What is the ID value here? Leave about that 8. Here you see. Focus here. Maybe it is not legible to you and clear. I will read out. Pega rules. What is that? See, application name. Application name you see, Pega platform, that is displayed, and application ID, its ID means we are talking about application, right? So application ID is equal to, you are seeing Pega rules. What is this ID and what is this name? ID will not have any spaces. I'll tell you. You all are students here, correct? You all have a name, okay? And you will be provided with IDs going forward. You will be provided with IDs. One person has here two things. One is name, one is ID. When you are in a system of this, what is that? Pega classroom. Which one is most important for the system to identify you? Name or ID?
ID.
Always ID. So for everything you create on Pega platform, it will have a name. For display purpose, it will have an ID. Always system considers the ID. ID and name can be different or not? Yes or no? It can be name. Name is going to make a meaningful sense while you are reading it. Display purpose. ID is for the system understanding purpose. Branch, if I say KPHP 6th branch, 6th phase branch, you can understand easily. Banking system cannot understand. If you say IFSC code only, it can understand. You have to say IFSC code to banking system, then it can understand. If I tell you IFSC code, you can't understand. I tell you go to KPHP 6th phase HDFC branch, you will go directly. If I say go to 1500101 branch, can you understand? You cannot understand. But system cannot understand if I say KPHP 6th phase branch. System can understand only if I say ID. System can understand. Always anything you create in Pega platform, display names plus ID will be there. ID is for system purpose, display name is just for our purpose. That will not have any impact in the process. Display name can be ever changed. It can be changed. You can modify it, no problem. ID, you cannot modify. Once you are done, you cannot modify. Just for your information. So Pega platform application, I can also say Pega rules application. I can also say Pega rule. If I say Pega platform application, or if I say Pega rules application, both means same. So we discussed about framework implementation application and what are the advantages of creating that structure. And we discussed about operator ID, just information. And we discussed about the structure, what we are going to get the result. When we create our application here tomorrow, what is the result we are going to get? See, that will be good. 1 hour if we have fully, we can complete framework implementation on the same day. Tomorrow we'll finish that. Tomorrow, direct to practical. Okay. The result structure that you are going to land up with after tomorrow's practical will be this one. Today, I will share this class notes document and I will share with this theory document. Application framework, application advantages, everything is written. Okay. And this one. Okay. And also I will share this diagram. Where is this? This diagram also I will share you. Okay. For your reference. Okay. These 3 things we will be sharing. And
Sir, I
let
have
me.
one.
Yes. What is that?
Yeah, application ID is same as operator ID or it is different?
See, for everything you, how many students are there here? let's say 10 students are there. 10 have their own name, 10 have their own IDs. You have 5 functional components. 5 functional components, each one has its own name, its own ID. Application name, application ID. Operator name, operator ID. Okay, understand? So each component you create in PRPC environment will have its own unique ID and its own name. Application ID is application name. That is one component. Operator ID is login related, login ID. Understand? Clear?
Sir,
Okay.
sir, I have
And
one doubt.
yes, please.
Sir, how long the framework will stay? Like,
Stay forever as long as you use it. You destroy
oh
it.
yeah. Okay.
See here. See, the last week, there were, I think maybe you are not aware because you are a new batch student. So there was a company for which the hiring has happened, Pega Freshers, for Pega Freshers. So out of 34 students who are being shortlisted for interview, okay, with client, and 16 students have got placement opportunity. Okay, and here you can see up to here, these are all old year students. Okay, I mean like 2016, 17, 18, 19 also. So see, half of the percentage of students are actually, they are not eligible freshers actually, but still they are being provided with opportunities. This may not happen all the time, but sometimes this may happen. Okay, but you don't focus on fresher level, but focus on this experience level only, whoever has gap generally. Okay, but when opportunity comes, it is easy if you prepare experience level to crack fresher. Okay, so overall 16 students have been placed in the last interview drive which has been conducted. For some reasons we will not reveal the names of the companies. Okay, but you will come to know in few days once we get offer letters and all. Okay, just in 2 days we'll get offer letter. And here there are even students from BSc background. Okay, for experience there is no background, nothing. Even for freshers also, even you are a normal degree background also, you will be hired for sure. Okay, other background students are maybe others, whoever is not there in this list apart from 16 remaining 18 students, they were not able to crack. Maybe they will do it in the next chance. Okay, but remember one thing, when we post this requirement 2 weeks back, many students, they were asking, can you please give us 1 week time or 2 weeks time so that we'll prepare and come and attend. Remember one thing, you will not be given time whenever there were requirements. If requirement comes to you tomorrow only, you have to give interview. There's no time will be given to you. Okay, that means you should always be ready. People from 8 months, 1 year back students also, they're asking, can you please give us 1 more month time so that we'll prepare and come back. That's a wrong way. Okay, means you are not in a right direction of preparation. See, we do not know when the opportunity will come to us. You should always be technically ready. Tomorrow only opportunity will come, I should be ready. But 70% of the students, they feel like there are no opportunities today in the market, I will start preparing once I get the opportunities. That's a wrong way of thinking. Okay, so you should always be ready. Tomorrow only I will be having interview, and be ready like that. Okay, so then see, if definitely if we have given 1 month time, actually the requirement is not for 16 students, the requirement is I think around they have for 70 around. Okay, only for Pega I'm talking about. They have for Genesis, they have for Tosca testing also. Okay, but we don't have those two. Pega we have, so we provided. But there will be one more drive that will be conducted after 1.5 months or 2 months. That's what they told. Okay, at least that time we will be able to give more developers to them. Okay, so this is one opportunity I'm talking about. Like this, we will get so many opportunities in future also. Okay, please understand one thing, that you always have to be prepared and ready for any opportunity to grab. You should not wait for the opportunity to land and then start preparation. That's wrong. Okay, clear everyone? So yeah, that's it from my end. I will share you all these three in some time. You can wind up for today. Thank you for joining everyone. And please, I think you are being shared with the details about the fees payments and all, right? You can add that accounts and you can start if you are going to join. Okay, thank you so much. Experienced also opportunities will be there more than freshers. Okay, we will bring it, no issues. And class